Should have said 21. Alright, we're ready. Just ready. I'm looking. We are actively in this thing.
We're recording.
We are recording.
Yo, let me get comfortable.
Welcome to Cool Conversations with Adonte IsCool.
It's that guy.
I have a very special guest. The one, the only, Scholaship.
Oh, it's me. Hey.
It's a man of many talents. I'm gonna let you introduce yourself a little bit though. Like, how do you? I feel like I have to, especially with you, because.
So I'm a platform, baby. I'm here to connect the dots, connect the stars, all that good shit. You feel me? But I consider myself a creator of many things, events, ideas, bringing them to life. I'm a DJ, first and foremost. I do mess around with production, but I'm a curator, I'm a tastemaker, I'm a beer brewer. I do all types of things, man.
Hell
Here
yeah.
for the people.
No, yeah, you definitely do all types of shit, goddamn. You, as I said before, definitely helped me advance my game on a lot of shit, like events and stuff like that. Yeah,
Thank you, sir.
Do you have any events or anything like that going on? Anything, any events or anything?
So,
you're planning, putting the works, anything you put out there?
Yeah, so every year I do a festival in honor of one of my best friends that passed away. This will be the 8th year, I believe. St. Kinlaw's Day. That's always a focus of mine. I've kind of taken a step back on doing as many frequent events throughout the year so that I can kind of fine-tune some more major scale events, bigger events. Been blessed to be able to do a lot of DIY things, work with tons of venues in the area from the likes of Shaka's to Royalty, Utopia Finney, the Down Club, Crayola, lots of places, Strange Matter. I was blessed to be able to early on do my own events and do them often. Did a college tour, but you get kind of burnt out doing some of those things sometimes. And when you're not seeing the results that you necessarily want to see, which it was cool to do, and I got to meet a ton of artists, which is the real reason why I wanted to do it. I wanted to, like I said, be a platform for these artists and be able to amplify their reach and who was able to access those artists and see them. So that's cool, and that's something that's lasting, and I'm able to see really have effect now. But it was just not necessarily really putting my energy into it in the best way. So I've sort of taken a step back. I recently took on a position as operations manager over Slow Dive Gallery in Norfolk, so I'll be helping with the programming there. So those will be where I kind of do like more of the more often events, but definitely wanting to be able to have that programming where we're bringing artists in from out of town that have a actual crowd of people that want to see them, but also the local artists still have plenty of access to those shows as well. So that's kind of where I've been at the last 6 months.
I think it's that was amazing elaboration. With what you were saying though, something that I was always wondering is like how exactly you got started with events, and also you're talking about going on a college tour. How'd that like come about and shit like that? And then we'll get to you being at Slow Dive.
No. So I like to party. I like to have a good time. If I'm brutally honest with myself, I know I do. And I was in high school, it was just a thing. Like I said, my boy Kinlaw, we would go out to parties. A lot of our other homies, it didn't matter where the party was. We would be at parties where we were the only kids from our high school there. Hanging with kids from other schools, other cities, and always had to be the life of the party of trying to, put things together, meeting people, engaging, talking. And then we started, really wanting to do our own thing. Did parties at abandoned houses, did parties at Kinlaw's house, and like that's kind of where I got my first taste of DJing for the first time. And then I went to college, and knew tons of talented artists from this area, like my boy Alan, and he was in a group called High Five Ghost. That they were kind of at the end of their performing as a group at that time, but I still had faith in the music that he was making, still do, and made a lot of connections while I was at college on campus, and with people that I knew, their friends once they got to college and things like that. And I was just pushing the shit out of him once Kinlaw passed. I'm like, hey man, like, can't get, too down on yourself or really stay here, because I knew that there's a lot of other shit going on in this area. Other friends were doing shit they didn't necessarily need to do, really started taking some drugs and things like that. And hey, by all means, take your fucking drugs, man. Don't let me stop you. But Xanax is not good. Xanax is not good for you. And there was a lot of self-dosing that was going on, and I knew that he was too talented. He was too great of an individual to get sucked into that. And so I got him to go up to Radford with me. And we were like cool, we were friends, but we weren't like tight, like at all at that point, for real. And this is kind of how we got tight. We shared a room, a big ass. I had him living in a fucking frat house I was in a fraternity. That's where I got the name Scholaship. And we shared a basement room in this frat house. And we just fucking did everything we could to make connections. My boy Craig he drew up a flyer for us. This is after the first St. Kinlaw's Day, so I already had the battery in my back of kind of wanting to do more events and things like that. And I was like, fuck it, man, we're gonna go to VCU, we're gonna go to JMU, we're gonna go to all these different colleges to promote like his music and a couple other of the homies' music. And we did some really, really good shows. Frankie broke somebody's floor in VCU campus, had the show so turned. So it was a good start, and made it more tangible that, wow, we can really like do these shows and shit, and people will show up no matter. We were young as fuck. We weren't even 21 yet.
What do you feel is the difference between some, like, you being like, oh man, it's a good idea to do that shit, and then actually going, you know what, I'm gonna fucking call these people and like, or I'm gonna set up somewhere, however it went along. Like, what do you feel like is like the difference between what made the difference for you anyway?
I think that it's really just a matter of wants and needs, really. And you can say that something sounds cool, you want to do it. I really got to a point to where I needed to do some of those things as an outlet for how I was feeling, and to get my mind off of certain things. I put myself into work in a lot of situations. And so, especially with the festival, man, I got a lot of no's, if I'm honest. That first year, I would literally, I was working a job where I was able to print hella promotional material. The job never questioned it. I was printing hella flyers, nice ass envelopes with my shit on it. Like, my shit looked legit the first year, but I was driving around the city, asking a ton of questions, trying to figure out how I could do shit, and I got a lot of no's. So it was seemed like a downer, but you finally do get that yes, and it made a lot of other things work out. So I think that just the desire of wanting to really like have something that was what I wanted to do is why I went out of my way to like kind of make sure that I was able to do it. I don't think I answered that question correctly.
No, you actually answered it perfectly. Fucking, I was gonna say after that. So you doing the college shows? What leads up to past college shows? I'm still doing shows to like. Again, I was saying slow dive. I don't want to try to scramble in too much, but again, I was saying like 20 minutes. We had like 10, 11,
We're at 10?
10, yeah. That's what I was saying. This shit get a little, but yeah, so I don't want you to like skip over too much, but you're doing the college shows and whatnot. How does it develop from college shows to you being somebody who, I don't know, I've been able to network at all the places you named and stuff like that, like just being somebody do all that sort of stuff, and then end up at Slow Dive?
Yeah, so, again, a lot of those places that I named were places that I was doing shows at. Some of those places, like Crayola, was a spot in JMU that I was blessed to be able to set up doing shows at. Strange Matter was in Richmond. So even before, like, I did my actual shows, like, outside of college shows, like, I I was able to use some of these places, or I was able to meet somebody that did something there, and they came out, saw the college shows. They're like, wow, that's pretty cool. Just stay in contact with me if you are doing anything else. And then I started doing Unreliable Radio while we were still doing the college tour. And Unreliable Radio was a platform where I interviewed creatives that I had met online, or that I just thought that they were mad talented and wanted to, again, be able to give them a platform. And like just was able to, you know, really utilize that network I had built from people like meeting Black Cray, being able to talk to Nolan B. Roland and all these artists more in depth. You know, that sparked more shows. So it just was like, it felt like something I needed to do, and also something that I wanted to do at the end of the day. Like, it was a further extension. I was getting such good feedback from the radio show. I'm like, fuck it, well, let's just like do a show of these actual people that I'm interviewing. But I've always had a desire for curation and doing the shows.
Yeah, man. So now, what's going on at Slow Dive? Like, is there what's some of the things I guess you see in the future for yourself, that space and yourself, really?
So Slow Dive is a great venture. Shout out to Charles, Mr. Rasputin.
Yes.
He is somebody I've been trying to work with for a long time. He's very much a part of the scene as much as anybody, I would say. He's created a lot of great avenues for artists to be able to do their thing, also be able to get paid for it. I really see Slow Dive as being something that's a great connection, a great hub. We say a nice middle ground meeting place for, you know, where arts and music can kind of really blend, and not just be too much of one or the other. Because they do both feed off of each other in a lot of ways. There's a lot of artists that listen to music while they create. There's a lot of musicians that are inspired by different mediums, that other, like, you know, clothing and things like that. So it's really cool, and I really see Slow Dive as being like the premier space for, you know, creatives and, you know, real actual fine arts to be able to be kind of just in one big Mosh Podge space. Like, more so than anywhere, I see all the creatives that I love and I respect their work, or I want to work with them at Slow Dive at pretty much any given time, and I think that's the coolest part about it.
Well, you got any fucking, I don't know, what's some, I guess we talked about all the events. What about some of the other things you do?
Like I said, I make fucking brew beer every now and again. I'm very, 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 very soon gonna.
As a person that knows this man, Mike's left arm, goddamn.
That shit's coming. Shit's coming. Motherfucking peach, all of it. Still working on them recipes.
He's blessed.
And that's something that I've been getting better at, is not necessarily feeling like there's a ton of things that I have to do right now, that there are things that I have to have right now. Not even necessarily of not wanting to rush into it, but just understanding that sometimes some things actually do take time, and, you know, being able to spend the time on actually making sure that you're comfortable with how you're going to execute something is going to make it all the more worthwhile when it does work out according to plan, or when it works out even better than you expected. But you can't really be upset when an idea or an event or something that you do doesn't pan out well when you didn't really put that energy into it.
Fucking, when some new mixes come out, man. This is my.
It's been a long time. I've been bullshit. I
was listening to the two you sent in the group chat not too long ago. Like, I still got them hoes, so like, I know you got.
I be working on things, man. I be working on things. I've been very busy, kind of finding myself as far as being in between a couple jobs before I really landed this slow dive job. I've just been kind of processing what was important to me and how I wanted to do things, and the mixes were something that, you know, I had to find my love for again and how I wanted to do it. I was kind of lost in my music taste, if I'm honest, for a little period of time. But I feel really, really comfortable about where I'm at and what I'm trying to do.
Could you elaborate on that a little bit, like being lost in your music taste?
Yeah, I think that a lot of my music taste is organic as fuck by like what inspired me when I was younger. A lot of club house music, damn sure. Of course, like rap and hip hop, but then there was a very fine line of being a DJ and wanting to know what's gonna be next. And I really, for a huge stint period, from like 2016 to 2018, 19, you couldn't tell me shit. I really felt like I was calling it with a lot of artists, and Aaron's my witness, and fucking few people are be like, oh, this song, this is fucking crazy, this artist's about to blow up or whatever, like I fucking really love this, I need to try to book this artist, and then sure enough, a month or so later, they're on Coachella or some shit.
I'm already knowing you's a lot more spot on, because even to this day, be talking about people, I'd be like, yeah, oh shit, damn, oh, whoa, yeah.
So it just was cool, and like feeling like I was a little bit more part of that, and I don't, it comes with age as well, but just in like some of the events and things I'd be doing or music I'd be downloading weren't necessarily for me or what I was trying to do. It's like, I think this is what I should be playing for people or whatever.
That sort of leads into what I was about to ask too. What makes you go, oh damn, I was out the camera like shit. What makes you what makes you go, yeah, I'll put this out, I won't put this out. You know, like what's the difference for you?
It's all self-inflicted criticism, you know.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, as a creator, as creators, we are all our own worst critic. And for a long time, I would just say that some shit wasn't dope enough, or I had a certain standard of what I wanted to do for mixes and things like that, just because of some of the people I'm inspired by and what I know I'm capable of. And it's all self-inflicted wounds, man. It's not anything that's true. It's not anything that's valid, I think.
I feel that, because it's like with me, thank you. With me, it's like sometimes I feel like I do the opposite, where I'm just ready to put everything out, but I need it to come out in order for me to sort of truly gauge what's going on, because of like the self-inflicted, like, oh, it's not this or it is, it is that, like.
Kind of need to let it play itself out so you can validate that or not.
Yeah, like.
No, that's valid.
Drive me crazy. That's valid. Like, fucking like with this shit, I'm finna just put it out. I'm thinking like, oh, once a week, but some of me is like, man, fucking just put two.
Nah, just do it, man. Do it, man. Like. That's the worst part about me, is that like sometimes I am that person that can't take their own advice in some situations. Like I just had a friend of mine, Pickle, was talking to me about how he has a podcast that he wants to do, and I just dead ass like looked at him and I was like, yeah, man, I mean, fuck it, if that's something that you know you want to do, like you just gotta go ahead and put that shit out there and like be consistent with it and just fucking release it to the world at the end of the day. Which I feel that on multiple levels in what I am trying to do as well. My main thing is I'm going to be representing other artists' work and things like that as well in what I'm doing, and I don't want it to come across as something that's played out or whack, that's not really giving it the light that it deserves, or that's something that seems like I'm just attaching their names to it to fucking get something out there. Purpose, you know?
Intention,
so more than anything, I've just really been doing some rebranding to figure out the best way to execute, but it's coming. It's coming.
Yeah, nah, look, I mean, shit, it's already here. You still rocking stages and shit. You still.
It's actually been a while since I've done it, since I've DJ'd. If I'm brutally honest, I have turned a few events down, but I don't get booked. I don't get booked like that anymore, man. I tried so hard to prove to people, like, my name is Scholaship for multiple reasons. It's not DJ Scholarship. And I feel like a lot of people are like, okay, this motherfucker don't DJ. You know, that's not his thing. I get it, fine. You don't want to DJ.
You so far, goddamn, book yourself, nigga. Niggas wish they could do that.
That is true.
You're a true DJ.
That is true.
You bring everything, you know what I'm saying?
I bring everything, I bring everyone, and I promote. That's the one thing that hurts my feelings about some of the DJs that are doing events, either at, thank you, even Slow Dive and some of these places. Like, we have such a good renaissance of DJs going on right now. Everybody is pretty fucking talented. Everybody can, like, control a crowd, or at least, like, hold their own up there. Yeah. But we don't necessarily show as much love to each other, or like even just the events themselves. There was a point period of time where it didn't matter who the fuck was DJing. I saw other DJs up in that motherfucker.
Yeah.
And it's not at all like a crab in a barrel mentality. Everybody's getting booked now, which is beautiful.
Yeah.
But I feel like to an extent, a lot of us, them, whoever you want to say, has some of the same crowd. So if nobody's really promoting these events and it's just kind of guesswork on where they're going to show up, you know, that's just something that's not going to help anybody. It's just always going to be people not really knowing what's going on. I think that we could just do a better job as far as, you know, uplifting each other, doing more collective events together, making sure that the venues are paying us correctly.
Yeah.
But also, it's up to us to really treat it as a job and understand that at the end of the day, if you're getting paid fucking basically $25, $50, $75, $100, $150, $200 a fucking hour, that is better than any fucking job that you could get access to right now. So treat that shit like a fucking job. Promote that shit. Make sure your homies know where they're gonna be. Make sure that you on time to the shit. Make sure you got all your shit. Make sure that you come correct. That's all.
Man, I could expand on that, but you said it correctly, because I'm damn near ready to be like, yeah, you nigga. I'm not gonna do that.
No, I mean, it's a multitude of people and things, and like that's just me being on the outside and being more behind shows now.
Yeah.
I'm able to see that happen.
I guess not like, yeah, you nigga, but insinuate, yeah, you nigga. You know who you are. I'm gonna do it. You know who you are.
You niggas.
You know who you are.
God damn it.
Yeah, it's not just one person.
Niggas
it's not just one person.
With the AS. And it's not just men.
Like, let's not be burnt out, y'all. Let's fucking, in multiple different ways,
on.
okay?
Like,
it's too much of doing something or too much of doing something else that you ain't supposed to do.
Yeah.
Let's, we here. We're gonna keep our eyes on the prize. I know it's been hard, but we about to have to wrap it up. We like right there with it. So, I want to say that I appreciate my guests' Scholaship very much. This show's fire.
No handguns.
We still figuring out
kisses and loves.
You know what? I'm gonna stop doing the finger guns since you said that, cause I be hitting niggas with this all day.
I be doing it too, you know.
Sassy Uda.
I'm gonna put the guns down, guys.
Yes.
Holster them things.
No guns, but if you got that thing on you, I might understand. All right, again, thank you very much to my amazing host, special guest, Scholaship. Y'all make sure, I don't know, just type his name in somewhere.
No R's ever. It's at Scholaship on everything. Exactly. Shout out to my boy Sleazy for coming up with the name. Yeah. That shit was a joke. Sometimes, you gotta run with jokes. It wasn't like, it was all in good fun, but I definitely was kind of thrown off by that name Scholaship at first. And I'm still here. I'm a motherfucking Scholaship, bro. So, yeah, I'll be good.
Thank you, and if you stayed this long, I don't know, I feel weird being like, subscribe.
You better have.
Comment, but you should do that.
Do all of those things. Make sure you hit that fucking notification bell. Every time one drop, it's dropping on your fucking head top.
Wherever I dropped it, you should just make sure. All right, love you, bye.